We are back with a Fox News alert. Police say at least 273 bodies have been found and more than 1,300 people are still missing after catastrophic floods triggered massive landslides in Nepal and China's Tibet region. Police say dozens of Americans are among those missing.
More than 3,300 first responders are assisting with search and recovery efforts. We want to warn you, the next video is graphic. Authorities say an ice rock landslide near the border sent that wall of water racing downstream, and we've seen countless pieces of video just like that. Here to break down the science behind the floods, meteorologist Adam Klotz. Adam, this is like nothing I've ever seen. I don't know about you.
Nothing like I've ever seen. This does happen on much smaller scales. I've climbed on some of glaciers, and you can always hear running water. So even though there is no rain, there always is some sort of water and moisture, all with this ice. Glaciers are freezing and melting and freezing again and again and again. And underneath them, you can get a whole lot of water. So what we had was that what we first thought was some seismic activity, but it was really just that big landslide falling off. So you get that rushing down into some of these waterways. As it does so, it releases some of that water, and it's also just releasing a lot of rock that's quickly going down in some of these mountains. As it's going down, there's a lot of energy there, and a lot of that ice begins to melt. It starts to melt more and more rapidly, and then it enters some of these rivers. That, in all of a sudden very narrow riverways, is what you're suddenly seeing walls of water. So you get the water that was released originally, and you get all of that ice breaking loose, falling down, melting rapidly, and suddenly you're some very narrow ways there. And then suddenly, right, you see how narrow that can be, and you get this absolute wall of water. Very scary situation. And these glaciers at these very high levels, you're talking about falling tens and tens of thousands of feet anyways, into narrow areas. So it doesn't take that much, and once that melts, it just fills that little river valley, and you get that wall of water. Again, this is something that does happen, but on such small scales. You don't see so much ice break off all at once. And you do it without rain, which is what's really scary.
And the velocity of which people had seconds to react.
Yeah.
So.
Adam, thank you. We're going to bring in right now University of Dundee geoscientist Simon Cook. And Simon, you just heard Adam's explanation. The word I keep reading is pulverized, that a block of ice 500 feet wider than the Empire State Building plummeted 4,000 feet to the ground and just turned into a torrent of water. Explain what you think happened, and if you agree with that, explain why that happened, because this is something that seems unconscionable to normal people like Ashley, me, and the rest of us.
Yeah, I think your colleague Adam gave a really nice introduction there. So we think I have to work in metric, I'm afraid, but we think a block of ice about 0.2 square kilometers fell about 1,300 meters. So the best part of a mile fell into the valley below. And you're right to use the word pulverized. So this mass of glacier ice was then just getting broken up into smaller and smaller pieces, releasing a huge volume of water. It's a bit of a mystery because although it's a very substantial ice avalanche that's come down, it's still a bit of a mystery how that translated into such a big flood. We think there's probably other sources of water involved. It's possible there was a lot of dead and decaying ice in the bottom of the valley. A lot of these glaciers are melting and receding because of climate change, and there's a lot of loose debris and dead and decaying ice in the valley bottom that could have been entrained into this ice avalanche, and that would sort of bulk out the volume of water and debris that was involved in this. Looking at satellite images. Sorry, go on.
Go on, Simon.
I mean, looking at satellite images before and after the event, the day before and the day of the event, it looked like a lot of the glaciers before the event, just around in the vicinity of the glacier that broke off, looked like they had a decent amount of snow covering. And then the day after, the day of the flood, it looks like that snow cover has disappeared. So one thing that we're investigating is the possibility of some sort of high altitude warming event that has removed all that snow cover, and that snow cover has then melted and found its way through crevasses and cracks in the glacier to the bed of the glacier and helped sort of lubricate that glacier and allow it to slide off. But there's a very, very sharp break where the glacier is broken off, and that which is kind of analogous to some other events that we've seen in the Himalaya in recent years, where the bedrock beneath the glacier has also failed. So it could be some sort of combination of the glacier failing with the bedrock beneath it, which again would add more material into the flood.
Simon, is this something that scientists knew could happen? Like, I mean, is this an area that they were watching potentially? Because it doesn't sound like it. The more I hear, from Adam and from you, it doesn't necessarily sound like it, but I could be wrong here. But based on the location, I was just curious if you thought that this is something they could be watching.
I mean, scientists there are lots of scientists around the world doing lots of different projects, monitoring these sorts of locations. But it really is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I mean, there are so many different glaciers. It's impossible really to monitor all of them and all of the different tributaries of them in immense detail. This looks like it's a hanging glacier, so it's sort of sat high, thousands of feet, as you say, above the valley below. It's sort of quite steeply inclined, but that is reminiscent of a lot of other glaciers in this region. So unfortunately, as I say, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. You can come up with some cursory sort of hazard and risk assessments for these sorts of things, but I don't know that anyone was looking specifically at this particular glacier. What we do know is that last July, a glacial lake burst and flooded the same valley, and I think unfortunately destroyed the friendship bridge between Nepal and China, and I think killed 18 people. But that was on even that was on a much smaller scale than what we saw in the horrific footage that's been circulating yesterday and today.
Before we let you go quickly, how at risk are rescue crews right now, considering that there are still some blockages upstream that could give way at any point and release even more water, Simon?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. So there are all sorts of secondary hazards that may kick into play. For starters, just because there's been an ice avalanche that's let go already doesn't mean to say that the surrounding landscape in the immediate vicinity of that source location isn't stable. So that could already, there could be more ice avalanches on the way. These floods that you're seeing on the imagery right now, they will be undercutting the banks of the valley sides, potentially releasing more landslides. I think I think there's lots of images of rescue workers wading through mud, which is incredibly dangerous to try and get people out. So there's all sorts of secondary hazards that will come into play, and we just have to hope that those rescue workers are as safe as they can be.
Yeah, agreed. Simon Cook, thank you for your insight. I know you're talking on a lot of television stations and radio stations trying to give some insight into what the heck happened. We appreciate you taking the time with us. Thank you, sir.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.